Hello, comic fans. Here's Earl Grey, and what I'm about to do actually is doing my monthly haul video for my German comic channel. But I thought maybe there's something in this that interests you, my English-speaking audience as well. But if you want to see more or less the same thing in German, just go to Earl's Waschmaschine. Else, stick with this video right here. So here are the comics that have reached my little comic castle in the last month, in September 2025. And there was a figure here. This is a gift from a fellow YouTuber named Tom Rippert. He was so kind to send me this figure to me here. By the way, he is the translator and publisher of the German version of Savage Dragon. So really important comic guy, because there's some kind of excitement going on in the German comic fandom about the German Savage Dragon magazine. He publishes them in, they publish them in magazine format. But anyhow, I didn't want to talk about the German ones first, but about the English ones, since I guess that's the stuff that you're most interested in. Starting with The Knives by Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips, the last edition, the most recent edition, I should say, to their criminal epic. I really hope, and I'm pretty sure, that this is not the last, but the most recent one, which is very important, since I like it quite a bit, and I finished it just some minutes ago, before creating here all the stacks and so on. And as you know me, doing a review about a book that I've read just a couple of minutes before is not the best recipe for me to do an objective review, because I fucking love this book. This is just a masterwork. It's not just that we have a lot of characters that we know from Criminal, like this Jacob. He's a comic book guy. He did the Frank Kafka series. When you knew what I'm talking about, you had read Criminal before. But now his comic got an adaptation by Hollywood, and he's not so really well with it. I mean, his boss there says, "We're not making high art here, folks," and he listens to the BS that comes out of this Hollywood guy dude here, and he scribbles his comment right into his sketchbook. So this is fun. But for the most part, it's also heartbreaking. It's entertaining. It's it's gripping. It's everything that a criminal stands for. Like, I don't know how long this comic is on the scene, and one of the best comics ever. And real blessing is that I guess you don't have to know anything about Criminal before. You can start with this book here. There's everything in it that you have to know. Maybe the gut punch in this second chapter, Requiem for a Heavyweight, is not as strong as it is for me. I mean, I was just this way into the book, and I was done for, actually. But then we have this girl. You could or should know her maybe from my Heroes Have Always Been Junkies, that small novella which takes place in the fringes of the criminal world here. But here we are deep, dead and center in this criminal world here. It's just a great book. So I'm forgetting a bit that I want to do an overview here and not a particular review of certain books, but The Knives is already one of the best comics, best comic publications in this year for me. So continuing with the comics in English, but this is in English, amateur radio, but the creator is obviously a German. I mean, Johannes Stahl, pretty German name, I think. And he did this comic in a small print run from just 100 copies this year. As far as I've looked, they are out of stock, but I want to show you it nevertheless, because this stuff here really blew me away. It's obviously very much Gary Panther influenced. If you like the stuff by Gary Panther, here's something you want to have, actually. And I really hope that Mr. Stahl, Herr Stahl, so to speak, will get some contract with some English publisher, because he did this actually in English. So if you see this somewhere, amateur radio by Johannes Stahl, just get it. It could be playing actually in Tokyo, the city, the huge city imagined by Gary Panther on Mars. Even though this seems to be set in a somehow futuristic, post-apocalyptic, technoid, Terran future. However, we follow different characters through their day-to-day work and day-to-day killings and whatever. And what really happens in the back of our head is this world forming, coming to some kind of crazy existence. What I want to say with much to meaningless words, the world building here is excellent. The art is exceptional, if you ask me. I mean, if you like this kind of Gary Panther style, but he does some kind of refined version of this Gary Panther style. I think it's a bit more accessible than Panther's, actually. Speaking of German comic creators doing comics in English, here's Anna Haifisch. Since she did an exhibition in Hamburg a while ago, I'm really into her comics. I read some stuff from her in anthologies and so on, but she has some kind of minimalistic tone and dry humor that I really like. And this thing here called Drifter, it's totally printed in Riso. So all these color fields here and have these certain risograph qualities, and this is very melancholic and beautiful and simple, and tells a pretty complex story in very abstract strokes, and it's very melancholic. You may think that she's the lady with the cute animals and so on, but there's always much more to her, like you can guess when you look at these pages here. This was done by the American mini press, risograph mini press, perfectly acceptable press. So it probably is easier for you to get than for me. I got it via All the Problems in This World, a very small Berlin outfit, who deliver me with the strange goods from America, like this one here, Alex Graham. If you watched some video some weeks ago from on my channel, you could saw me raving about A Devil's Grin. And this is a comic she did after Dog Biscuits and before Devil's Grin, The Professor's Day Off. And it's risograph as well. So it had the printing here has a really nice touch and feel and to it. But truth should be said as well as the Anna Haifisch book here. Riso is pretty expensive, so these two thin books here cost really almost a fortune. Then I have a little comic book. Sometimes I get comic books as well, especially if they are from Farel Dalrymple and beautiful little thin thingies like this one here. No ads, a beautiful paper, wonderful print quality, and yeah, the fantastic art by Mr. Farel Dalrymple as well. Printed up to the last page by a little outfit like Floating World and Floating World Comics. So I really ask myself, when a little outfit is able to do so, why can't the other publisher not achieve some beautiful things like this here? I mean, even Dark Horse printing stuff on very, very thin Bible paper almost. It really sometimes annoys me. This is issue 2 of Robert Todt. I bought 1 and 3 the last month and couldn't find issue 2, but now I have this as well, so I will continue with the series. I guess it's a 4-issue or 5-issue miniseries like they usually do. But everything I can get from Farel Dalrymple, I want to get. So, and here's some other stuff that I got from All the Problems in This World in Berlin. The last zines by Bubbles. Highly recommended that you can check these out here. It's so much better than the Comics Journal. The Comics Journal. I stopped subscribing to the Comics Journal a while ago because there's just too much in these magazines that I'm not interested in. But totally the opposite with Bubbles. There's this Ryan Homberg guy and the interviews that Brian behind Bubbles did. They made me chase all these crazy mangas that Ryan Homberg translated. And then I tried Strangers, issue 6, more or less because it looked a bit like Bubbles. And and it has a conversation with Linnea Sterte in it. So I thought maybe this will give me some clues about her intentions in terms of World Heist, because I couldn't help. I had to buy this book here. It just looks so damn beautiful and is so well made here with an open binding. But the story here really left me scratching my head a bit. It's about two thieves, her and her cat-like friend. Here he is. He's a bit modeled after Corto Maltese, if you don't believe me. There are some pages which make it pretty clear. Fantastic layout, very, very elegant. And sometimes maybe just a line here and a line more and a hint there where we actually are would have helped me understanding the story. In the end, I think I got the plot. It's about there's an egg stolen, and in this egg is some kind of world, and more or less a pretty dense fantasy concept. But the problem is that I actually don't care too much for this kind of stories, and this is maybe my biggest problem. It's not objectively speaking, this is a beautifully made and rendered comic. All these sceneries here with the sun shaped shaped like a human heart. Really wonderful ideas, I have to admit. So, and here's the Corto Maltese part. Yeah, up to the earring, and so this could have been taken right out of a Corto Maltese comic. Yeah, somewhere between Bastien Vives and Togo Prat, maybe even a bit Milo Manara in it. Or Möbius. Möbius is always correct when you look for some description for European comics. Then there's a new peepee poopoo by Carolyn Cash. Peepee poopoo #1, the first issue. It's not her first issue. If I counted correctly, it's her fourth. But this is kind of the fun that she's making with this format. Nevertheless, she's pretty true to the form, and with short stories about her life and love life, especially. A bit like a female Robert Crumb, even though she wouldn't like this comparison. Maybe more with Daniel Klaus. That's something that she is more into it. Yeah, wonderfully made books, wonderful colors, wonderful printing, wonderful drawings, wonderful art, and interesting biographic storytelling. I really like the stuff here. It's put out by Silver Sprocket. So, can't believe it. I'm through all the English stuff, and now we're in European territory. I don't believe that you can get your fingers on Agent 327. It's a Dutch comic, a persiflage of James Bond, done by Martin Lodewijk. You may know his name. He wrote Storm for Don Lawrence, the science fiction comic. A classic, European classic. This is totally different. A fun comic, a really real fun comic. And as you could see, this is for adults and totally nonsense. Like, is the title of the movie The Naked Gun or something? These poofs on genre movies and so on. This is this kind of thing here. Then we have a huge book. This is an old print or an old copy of a European classic by e.p.Jacobs. The Yellow M, or the Yellow Mark, better. And you should know this comic, probably in a much smaller size. This is an old book. There was an opportunity to get this huge oversized thing here. And I couldn't pass on that. Then you may heard of Jens Harder's Alpha Beta. There were 2 beta books. Now he finished this line of books with Gamma. And this is a glimpse into the future. Alpha Beta were summaries of world's history, from the Big Bang over to the dinosaurs, to the Egyptians, until our present day. And this is a glimpse into the future with different image sources. He drew them, filtered them through the software. I mean, this is a pretty complicated and dense book, trying to predict our future with pictures for the most part, and using stuff that we did in pulp times, and even there are some medieval pictures, and here we have Edgar P. Jacobs once again, and yeah, trying to create a possible future, vision or visions of the future. This is very interesting book, to say the least. If you want to have more insight into this whole project, Alpha, Beta, Gamma, I did a video about his more accessible older books by Jens Harder. It's quite an old video, but you will find it. Just type Jens Harder, Panellogy or something, and you will find this. You can see I jumped quite through the genres this month, but yeah, I buy books when some opportunities arise, or some urge to buy a comic like umpah-pah. This is a book done by the same creators who did Asterix, about an Indian, a Native American. And very entertaining, almost funny as Asterix. Never so successful, and that was the main reason, I guess, why they changed to a totally different setting, even though the story here is, yeah, or the characters, I should say, the characters are very similar and almost familiar if you have read your Asterix. Fun book. This is an old printing. We have a new collected edition. And so, yeah, I did a longer video on my German channel about umpah-pah, if you want to check this out. So, now 3 books to go. I spoke about Don Lawrence some minutes ago, and here we have a book totally devoted to his art and illustrations. It's the 3rd one in a line of 4, done by a German publisher Alpha Verlag in cooperation with the British Rebellion, Treasury of British Comics. So I would think that something similar has come out, or will come out, in the UK at least. The 3rd volume here is for the most part devoted to a reprint of his Billy the Kid comics that he did in the beginning of his career as a cartoonist. But it's not Billy the Kid, the villain. It's more he's a hero. He fights crime under the handle of Billy the Kid. So it's pretty generic Western, I have to admit. And I'm not so sure if I really will read each and every page. It's nevertheless Don Lawrence great art that carries me through this stuff here. This I've read because I thought, hey, here's the art even a bit bigger to see, just due to the publication before. But we have here a history of the Vikings, and this is much more to my taste and interest. Especially Don Lawrence is just a master of coloring and the colors, and there are some fantastic panels here. Look just at the sea down there. So in this book here are some fantastic illustrations, including the stories and articles. So there, the context is there. For the most part, pretty well printed. Some reproductions are a bit blurry, maybe due to the original material, maybe not. Don't know. Here's a story, a prose novel about Trigan, his first real success, Don Lawrence. So, yeah. Very cool book. So, last but not least, we have a double whammy of Bob Morane goodness. Written by Henri Vernet and drawn and colored by William Vance. I mean, maybe the coloring wasn't done all by himself. Maybe his wife Petra already helped him in that regard. Anyhow, the art is what drew me into these stories, what made me want to read them. And then these pulpy, silly stories really have their charm of their own. This one here is about monstrous, villainous dolls in the city. It's always about hard men, beautiful women, explosions, fist fights, and beautiful panels. And it's just a mix that is very intriguing to me. There's nothing deep within these comics, but just entertaining reads. This is a chase for a treasure chest, treasure chase. So yeah, the wheel is not invented again with these comics here, the comic wheel. The stories are short and just fun, as I said it. So thanks for listening. And oh no, I almost forgot here. 2 books more in English that I bought. I mean, how one can forget about this book here. Maybe start with Ninja Sarutobi Sasuke. This is one of these crazy mangas translated by Ryan Homburg, which I've spoken about before. Drawn by Sugiura Shigeru. This was a real surprise. It is a fun book. Maybe you can compare it to Osamu Tezuka style of light-hearted storytelling and drawing, mixing Western tropes, silly fun with samurai cliches and Western cliches. This is just a very fun mix of everything, even Jean-Paul Belmondo. Wonderful little book by New York Review Comics, who did a bunch of these mangas. So, and then we have, of course, Wednesday Comics, huge thing here. I did a video about this one on my channel, so this should not be new to you, but I have to mention it here since it is part of my comic haul in the month of September 2025. So, thanks for listening and watching. Goodbye.